Here's a nice puzzle I found at the New York Toy Fair, along with others, but this was a particularly nice one. It's a finished product. It's made in Australia. I love the finish to it. Little ribs makes it feel as though you're playing with a healthy ball from China or one of those acupuncture type things. It disassembles into a number of pieces, and then you've got to put it back again. Well, that's all right, isn't it? So that's one I've put aside, and here's one I've already dismantled. These are the pieces. You can actually break these up as well, but it's quite fun because you've got to make sure you're putting the pieces from the right direction, up and down, side to side, whatever it is. And actually the tolerances are really quite fine with these, so you have to actually do it quite precisely, otherwise it doesn't assemble. Very unusually, it's got not two pieces in each direction, but it's got a third piece in the y-axis there, which I find very interesting. They've never done that before with these puzzles. They're always 6-piece ones. That mixed across there. Now we just got two pieces to go. That should go down there or up there, one of the two. This way, like this. There we are. And the last piece with a little groove here to hold it nice and firmly in place. Fits in, note this side, note this side. Where's the groove? There's a groove there, I see. Snap. More pleasure for my hands to handle. A very nice little product that comes in a nice box, but it is up and ready to be marketed. By contrast, the other two puzzles to show you are just prototypes. But it's nice to see these puzzles when they're at the very early stage of development. This one, for instance, by Dick Esterly. He's only just sorted it this year, but it's going to be a nice one, I think, when it reaches the market. He's got to finish off and get the pricing right and the packaging. The idea is to get these little balls, which are all tetrahedrons, into a frame, create a large tetrahedron in the middle. There's the thing finished. And now you've got to dismantle the thing and place it so that any ball in it cannot touch its own colour. Here we've got all sorts of balls touching their own colour. Oops. There's red, for instance. Let's put it back again. There's reds touching each other, there's greens touching each other there, which they shouldn't be doing. But to do that, I found, well, I did eventually discover how to do it, but there was actually a second solution, which I've yet to find. There's two blues won't do. It takes a bit of time to actually follow that rule, that no ball can touch its own colour in any direction. You'll find it quite easy to do in the flat plane when you're just dealing with the first three pieces. And it's quite easy to find. We've got a yellow and a red there, and that's fine. I must turn this one round. That's fine. All those bottom ones there are following the rule. But when you start putting the next two layers on, that makes it very tricky. You've got to look inside, and it's a difficult puzzle. And Dick Esterly, in fact, tied up with John Conway, who's a very eminent mathematician, to analyse it and find a second solution, which I'm looking forward to discovering for myself. This is all early days yet. It's just been made. This is prototype stuff, and it's got to be packaged, priced, and everything else. And when it's around, I think it'll be a nice puzzle for people to try. And the other prototype, which has just come out, and again, this needs to be finished off, is a repeat of something that came out in the late 80s, which they call Chain Reaction. David Brown invented it, who I met. And this is another version of it. You have to dismantle the pieces and put them into that, start with pieces like that, and end up with a piece like this. And then, for a bit of fun, you've got to have other colours, you've got to put chains together, and, well, it's jolly tricky to do. This is one of the best, most enjoyable of the skill, what I call dexterity puzzle I've ever come across. So to put it together, you start with that frame like that between your fingers. You've got to get this very central, and this is all terribly delicate until the last piece is in place, and then it's a very, very firm, held together frame. They're calling it space cubes, this new version. This piece comes across here, fits in, and the last piece slits into the top, and when you turn it, it locks very nicely. That is really quite firm now. Astonishing. Space cubes. I'm looking forward very much to this being relaunched. They're going to do transparent ones and big ones and I don't know what else, but this is a very, very nice little puzzle. Space cubes, the final frontier.